Histogenesis of neural tube. Important topic in which you need to understand how the entire neurons and neuroglia they develop. Histogenesis of neural tube. Now initially in the neural tube, this entire neural tube will contain the cells which are lining in columnar. So the entire neural tube contains columnar lining of cells. For example, these are the columnar lining of cells. So this is how the entire neural tube will be present. Second stage, the same columnar lining of cells will undergo change in its shape. So they will become pseudo-stratified columnar cells. Pseudo-stratified columnar cells. Third, in the third stage, there will be proliferation and there will be differentiation of the same cells in such a way that there will be development of three basic layers of the entire neural tube from the same pseudo-stratified columnar epithelial lining of cells. So therefore, in this there will be development of the three basic layers. This will be the first layer, which will be known as ependymal layer. Outside ependymal layer, there will be second layer, which will be known as the mantle layer, M-A-N-T-L-E. So this will be the mantle cell layer. This is the second layer. And after that, the third layer will develop, which will be known as marginal cell layer. And so therefore here, this will be known as the marginal cell layer. This is how the entire neural tube will develop. Now we come to the basic point of these three different layers. The three different layers, ependymal cell layer, this is the ependymal cell layer, this will be the mantle cell layer, and this will be the marginal cell layer, marginal cell layer. This is the marginal cell layer, this structure, outer one. So therefore, neurons and neuroglia. We know that the entire central nervous system consists of the neurons and neuroglia only. So therefore, from the ependymal layer, the first structure to develop will be, from the ependymal layer, the first pattern of cells that will develop will be the neuroblast. And the second pattern of cells that will develop will be spongioblast. Please note down these two names, neuroblast, spongioblast. Now neuroblast cells, they will undergo a change in shape and size. And what will be that shape and size, the change? The change will be in this manner, which I am going to show in green color. From here, if you show, the entire cell initially will be unipolar. This is the unipolar cell. So therefore, this will be a unipolar cell of neuroblast. From unipolar, the entire cell, it will become bipolar. So it will become bipolar neuron. This is the bipolar neuroblast. From the bipolar neuroblast, that is development of these two processes, there will be development of, it will be known as unipolar. So one of the process will disappear and only one process will remain. So this will become now unipolar neuroblast. See, the same cell, the same neuroblast is undergoing the sequential change, and this neuroblast cell is from the ependymal cell only. Each individual neuroblast cell initially will be unipolar, no poles, no processes. Then it becomes bipolar, two processes. Then one of the process disappears, one process, unipolar. And then in the final stage, the entire cell, this process will elongate. Now here, this process will elongate, and as this process elongates, it will be converted into axon. This process will be converted into axon, and similarly there will be various other processes which will develop on its periphery as dendrites. So this is how the final structure, this will be known as multipolar neuron. This will be known as multipolar neuron. So this final structure of multipolar neuron will develop from unipolar neuroblast, in which the process will enlarge, it will lengthen up to form axon, and the smaller processes will become dendrites. So this is how the multipolar neurons will develop from one unipolar neuroblast. All the neurons, they will develop in this way. Then once again, if we go to spongioblast, we have seen neuroblast, how the entire process of neuroblast is converted into neurons. Now in spongioblast, there will be development of basically astrocytoblast, which is converted into astrocyte. Second, oligodendroblast, which is converted into oligodendrocyte. And third variety will be the cells which will be confined to ependymal layer only. Those cells will be known as ependymal cells, which will line the various ventricles and the central canal of spinal cord. So therefore, these three pattern of cells which are developed from spongioblast, which are those, once again, oligodendrocyte, astrocytoblast, that is astrocytes, and ependymal cells. These three are the neuroglial cells which are developed from spongioblast. In this way the neuroglia develops. One more pattern of cells, microglia, will develop not from spongioblast, but it will develop from mesoderm. So therefore now, all the cells will be settled in these layers in such a way that ependymal layer, there will be confinement of ependymal cells of neuroglia. In the mental cell layer, it will be converted into gray matter, and this gray matter will contain the cell bodies of neurons, the cell body of these neurons, cell bodies, as well as neuroglial cells. All the neuroglial cells, astrocytes, etc. And marginal cell layer will be known as white matter, because it will contain the processes, axons of the neurons, processes of the neurons, as well as various neuroglial cells, such as the oligodendrocytes, microglia, etc. So this is how the entire neural tube will be converted into three basic layers: ependymal cell layer inside, mental cell layer in the middle, which forms the gray matter, and marginal cell layer outermost, which will form the white matter. And remember, this entire layers are made up of only two pattern of cells, neuroblast and spongioblast, which have proliferated, which have undergone mitotic division from ependymal cells, which are present in the initial stages of development of neural tube. The ependymal cells which are lining the neural tube will undergo mitosis and proliferation and differentiate into neuroblast, spongioblast. From neuroblast, through this process of conversion into neurons, and from spongioblast into the various neuroglial cells, except microglia, which will develop from mesoderm. So here, this is the basic about the histogenesis of the neural tube for better understanding. Thank you very much.